Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to do a quick planner and journal system update for Q2 since I have once more switched things up again, and I'm not going to go as into the why this time because the why is pretty simple. I'm bored and I wanted to do something different, and the Traveler's Notebooks have just been calling to me so far in 2022. I did an update video I think about a month ago where I talked about how I was dabbling in the Traveler's Notebook system, and I just kind of bounced back into my weeks for the majority of April, but the last week of April I have just not been reaching for my planner and there's no spark, which means I'm not looking at it, I'm not checking things off, and things just aren't getting done. So usually when that happens, what I will try and do is make a switch just to make planning fun again. So I've switched into these three notebooks here. As you can tell, very green Q2, but let me just show you how these all work together. So hopefully it will make sense if you're following me along on Instagram. Okay, first one I want to talk about is my planner. I am in a passport-sized bullet journal and a traveler's notebook setup. This is a two paper insert setup. I'm currently in an Eternal Leather Goods passport-sized traveler notebook in their olive green color. I'll leave their website down below. I ordered this back in March when I did my first update kind of talking about the traveler's notebook system, and I fell in love with it. I ordered it, I forgot about it, and it showed up the last week of April, and thankfully I had just kind of moved back into the system. So this is my current planner setup. I do use this as a planner wallet combo because that makes things a little bit more efficient for me. So I've got most used cards over here, a couple things of deco in the pockets, and then there is a pocket in the back. I don't currently have anything in there. This setup is two paper inserts. Both of my inserts are from GoodInkPressions. They are 68 GSM Tomoe River paper, 4mm grid with squared corners, and I requested the grid size and the square corners in the seller notes. Her shop is based in Spain, so it did take about 3 weeks to get to me, which I felt was very quick, and I'm very happy with them. I will end up reordering when I need some more inserts. In the front here, I have a Kraft folder. I believe this one is from Traveler's Company that wraps around my first insert. I refer to this as my annual insert. And this houses my master index, my future planning. So all of my monthly spreads are in here that I reference throughout the year. I have my annual habit trackers and logs, things that I want to see sort of on a yearly basis. I did backfill in the majority of my habit trackers just so I had that history, but when I get to the second insert, I just sort of picked up where I left off and kept moving. I did number the pages myself, which can be a little bit tedious, and I'm writing on these with my Pilot Vanishing Point inked with Diatramentis archive ink, which is sort of my usual go-to. So anything in here is typically my cutoff is I need to see this beyond a current quarter. My current bullet journal here in the back, I think I will get about 3 months per insert in. So if I need it more than a 3-month view, then I will move it into this annual insert. This one in the back, this one is 120 pages. My annual one is an 80-page insert, so it's a little bit thinner. This one is my current bullet journal. So this houses my weekly spreads, any sort of monthly habit tracking, my daily logs. I'm currently just splitting the page in two, so I can do 2 days per page. Doing some doodling, again using fountain pen, some stickers here and there, printing out habit trackers. This one is from SM Plans, which I use for my monthly goals. Weekly logs I'm drawing out in advance. I'm trying this horizontal spread with the habit tracker and then kind of free space over on the right so I can make it whatever it is that I need to make. And any kind of short-term list notes, whatever it is that I need to write down will kind of go here. And then if I determine, yeah, I actually need to see that at the end of the quarter, then I would go ahead and move it into my annual insert so that I would have it with me at all times. I also have a writing board in the back. This is the 2021. I got it off of Etsy, and I do use a clip in here. Last time I talked about Traveler's notebooks, I said my biggest gripe was that things don't lay flat, and I've gotten used to it. I would say the Tomoe River paper inserts lay significantly more flat than the Traveler's Company ones are. And now, because I actually have inserts with a grid, the clip really is just weighing the other side down. So I'm finding it a lot easier to maneuver and use on a daily basis. So this is my personal planner and kind of my everyday carry wallet combo. And I just got this cover a couple days ago, and so far I'm loving it. The next planner in my stack is a standard Hobonichi Weeks. This is the April Start edition in the tiger cover, and I've been obsessed with this cover since I saw it on the Hobonichi release, and I typically never get to have the cute deco weeks because I need a mega if I'm going to use it as a main planner. But I have been using this as a work planner, and it's surprisingly working out pretty well. I didn't think I was going to get on with just a weekly spread, but I challenged myself to do a couple weeks in an other Hobonichi Weeks mega. I started the year in the Phantom Blue mega, and I went most of April just using the weekly spreads to see if I could do it. And then at the end of the month, I decided, you know what, I think that this is gonna work, but to make it fun, I wanted to get a cute cover, and I love the slim profile of a standard weeks. It is incredibly small and easy to travel with, and if I'm gonna have work as a separate planner, I wanted it to be cute, I wanted it to be fun and easy to pop in my backpack for weeks when I am traveling. So I picked this up. I'm using the layout very similarly to how I would in my personal planner. When I'm using a Hobonichi Weeks, I draw a line down the center. These are meetings that I need to prep for. These are date-specific tasks, any kind of big notes I want to remember throughout the day, and then a running list for the week. Down below here, I keep track of my work hours, a couple habits for some things that I need to do on a daily basis for work, and then Saturday I reserve space for extra notes. There are 75 note pages in the back here, so if I needed to do any kind of dailies, they will go back here. Any kind of lists, notes, collections would go back here as well. I really don't need that many collections for work, and I'm trying really hard to do notes digitally whenever possible, just because that makes more sense for the type of work that I do. So this would give me 6 pages per month to do dailies if I absolutely needed them on a crazy day, and that's kind of how I plan on using this. The work monthlies are mostly just vacation, teammate vacations, work holidays, work deadlines, and migration dates, because I do work in a code development atmosphere. So far I'm liking this. I am still writing in this with my Pilot Vanishing Point with Diatramentus Archive ink as well. Basically this one pen gets a crap ton of use, but it also keeps things really simple because I only have to keep track of one pen for the most part. Okay, and last but not least, we have my journal. This is the Traveler's Company standard size, and I got this cover off of Etsy for way too much money. But I did a pretty big de-stash, so I don't feel that guilty about it. And honestly, it's my absolute favorite. It is the softest cover I've ever experienced. But this is the olive edition, and I absolutely love it. And this setup really hasn't changed from the last time I talked about Traveler's notebooks. In the front here, I have my vertical free insert, which I'm using as my memory keeping. And I kind of fill this in at the end of each day. It's very similar to how I used a Hobonichi Weeks. It's a hybrid of when my events were, big tasks that got done, character stickers, sketches, little doodles, any kind of ephemera all goes in here. I will go through 2 of these in a calendar year, and I do plan on keeping these at the end of the year. This is wrapped around in the B-Sides and Rarities olive wallet insert, which I pretty much use just to hold ephemera until I'm ready to put it down in my daily journal or in this weekly memory keeper. I could really see myself using standard as a planner, and I'm like considering it for 2023, but I just love the passport size. It's so tiny and cute. But I'm thinking about it, so I'll just like throw that carrot out there and might do this as a planner next year. I don't think I could though. Let me know what your thoughts are. Next insert is my almost daily journal. This is the Kanso Sashi Tomoe River paper insert in the cream. I got this from JetPens. I believe it is a JetPens exclusive. It has a 5mm dot grid that is very, very faint. They do offer this in white Tomoe River paper as well. It is the 52 GSM. And this is my daily journal. I don't keep up with it every single day. In fact, I stopped using it for basically the entire month of April, and then I came back to it that last week. So I just stamp the date, the day of the week, and write whatever I feel like writing in here. This, I do prioritize putting like ephemera in here, but this is just daily, anything kind of dropples. I have no rules when it comes to this journaling. It's very stream of consciousness, and I will go through multiple in a year if I keep up with the 1 page per day like I'm doing. I believe this is a 120-page insert, so 120 days that I could kind of get in there. The last insert I have is wrapped around with a Traveler's Company folder. This is a Kraft folder. Again, I've just got more ephemera and my writing board in here. I've got some of these double-sided stickers, which I'm planning on using on an upcoming trip. And this last insert is just a blank insert that came with one of my covers, and I use this as my prayer journal. I read a devotional in the morning, write down the date, write down the verse I read, and then just start kind of a quick letter to get the conversation going for the day. So I'm not going to show you that because I do consider that pretty private. But for the most part, this is all of the journaling and memory keeping that I do on a daily basis. I fill out my prayer journal in the morning, and the other two get filled out in the evening before bed. And then if I am traveling, I replace my prayer journal with my trip insert, which I will be using for traveling memory keeping. I started a weekend warrior booklet for our quick little trips that we've been doing, but we've got a really large trip coming up this summer, so I'm excited to have an insert dedicated to that. And then the prayer journaling would just happen in my daily logs in my passport when I am doing that. So hopefully this makes sense. I think this is a decent sized stack. If I'm traveling, it's not that much room, and this is both my wallet and my planner. If it's a non-work related trip, this would stay home, and then these are the only two things that I would bring with me, which, you know, makes me really happy. So I will probably go back to my weeks at some point in 2022, but for now, this is sparking joy, and I'm excited to plan again, and it's working out relatively well. So I'm going to stick with it for as long as I am having fun with it. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If you've made it this long, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.